You're watching Brazos Valley This Morning on KBTX News 3.
Tonight, I want to introduce you to a local man who came very, very close to losing his life to COVID-19. Health experts say he's a walking miracle, and the story you're about to hear may convince you of the same thing.
And one of the first positive COVID-19 patients in our hospital, who was here up to 20 days, had our first sunshine walk. There was not a dry eye in the hospital as this gentleman exited our hospital after being there for 20 days.
That's the regional president of Baylor Scott and White Health talking about Gabriel Menchaca, a Bryan native who contracted the virus and then went into a nearly month-long coma. His doctors and family were ecstatic when he finally woke up. But then they were faced with the difficult task of letting him know that while he was unconscious, his father also contracted the virus and was fading fast.
Man, my dad, he was an amazing man. And he's not just saying that because he's my dad, but my dad was an amazing man.
Gabriel Menchaca was close to his father, Emilio. They're both part of a tight-knit family that was devastated last month after Gabriel was diagnosed with the coronavirus.
It just felt like a flu. My body was sore. I had chills.
The 37-year-old says the first hospital he visited sent him home with no test. Then it got worse, so he went to another hospital.
So I go to Baylor Scott and White, automatically tell them my medical history, what I've been through. I'm a cancer survivor. I had cancer, I had diabetes, and they took me right in.
Gabriel was given the COVID-19 test, some medicine, and sent home to self-isolate. It was days later, while watching a news conference, he learned he was the first community spread patient in Brazos County.
You know, we got one case of a 30-year-old male, non-travel, first case non-travel.
That includes one patient who was the first demonstration of community transmission here in Brazos County. We're told that case is a man in his late 30s with no travel history.
So automatically my mom gets scared. Son, that's you, that's you. I'm like, no, Mom, you're exaggerating. Don't worry about it. My girlfriend calls, Gabriel, is that you? No. I said, oh, you know what? I said, just get closure, be on the safe side. Let me call the health department just to confirm it. So I called the health department and they're like, well, what's your name? I said, Emilio Menchaca. And they're like, yes, sir, you're the one.
Over the next 2 days, his health got worse, so he was rushed back to the emergency room, and he says that's the last thing he remembers. Nearly 4 weeks later, he woke up in a hospital bed.
So they start pulling stuff off me, and then I remember they pulled the tube out, and I was like, and I'm like, whoa. They're like, do you know where you're at? And I was like, no. They're like, do you know what you've been through? I'm like, no.
There was a lot he didn't know, including the condition of his 67-year-old father, who was also diagnosed with the virus and slowly dying just down the hallway from him. Fearing a relapse, his family and doctors felt it was best to keep the news from Gabriel until the day his father passed.
So I do remember the phone call. I'm laying in bed. My brother calls me. He's like, hey, bro. I'm like, hey, man, how's it going? He's like, all right. I said, what's going on? I said, talk to me. Just tell me. He's like, yeah, they're finna pull So I was like, he's not gonna make it. He was like, no. So I'm sorry, my bad.
Gabriel says right before he woke up from his coma, he remembers a dream or a vision of his father appearing before him and asking if he was ready. In his heart, he believes that his dad traded places with him.
My dad had a plan, and the Lord let him work it out.
Doctors told Gabriel he should have had months of physical and speech therapy, but to everyone's surprise, he's made a miraculous and fast comeback and is now at home but still keeping a distance from others. He credits his fast recovery to his father, his faith, and the staff at Baylor Scott and White Health who were by his bedside when no one else could visit.
They held my hand, they hugged me, they consoled me, they cried with me right there. The staff at Baylor Scott and White was just amazing.
To this day, Gabriel doesn't know how he got the virus or who he got it from, but he is now one of the 77 confirmed survivors of COVID-19 here in Brazos County.